Hello everyone, it is everybody's favorite gaming weasel back again. Dual Keres Prime build video. The newest, I guess, primed melee weapon added inside of the game came alongside Khora Prime Access, and of course the Hystrix Prime secondary weapon came out with this Prime Access as well. Now, this melee weapon is very interesting, and I tried a very interesting build with it. So I'm very happy to show you guys this build for you to maybe test it out for yourself and see how it performs for you, and maybe for you to decide is it good or bad for you. Before we actually get into the video, if you do enjoy my beautiful voice or the gameplay or just anything about this video, you can leave always a like and a comment or even a subscribe. That would be greatly appreciated by me, the friendly neighborhood gaming weasel. So, the Dual Keres Prime, an interesting dual sword weapon with a decent enough base crit chance and crit multiplier, and that is what we're going to be utilizing on this weapon. Couple of little, I guess, features and my build as well. I will be using Hystrix Prime with Arcane Fury, which also increases my melee damage by 180% every time a critical chance procs. I'm also using Steel Charge, so keep that in mind to increase my melee damage even more. And also, I'm using the Cedo to apply my statuses all over the place and to do more damage. Now, there are two builds in this video. The first part of this video, I will show you the first build, and then at the second part of the video, I'll show you the second build. The map is the same, mod survival in the void, steel path of course, and of course I'll be showing you how fast I killed the Acolyte. Actually, one of these very fast and surprisingly fast with this weapon. Now, the Cedo build is going to be on the screen right now. Nidus, I would show him, but he's not that important. Basically, he is just there to survive, and that is it. Other than Arcane Fury, he has nothing of any worth, I guess, to the build, so keep that in mind. Without any more dilly-dallying, we will move on to the build, which is, oh my god, it is on the screen right now. There you go, you can see it. So this is the first build. We have a Swirling Tiger in the aura. We have, of course, two form on this. We have Drifting Contact, Organ Shatter, Gladiator Might, Blood Rush, Gladiator Rush, Gladiator Vice, Sacrificial Steel, Primed Pressure Point as well. So, basically, as you can see, my critical chance is at 102% at the moment, considering Blood Rush is not counted, and neither is Gladiator Vice, and also the Gladiator mod set. I am using the Panzerwolf, keep that in mind, to apply the viral. That's why I have no viral in my build, because the Panzerwolf will apply them with viral quills. So if you don't have a Panzerwolf, first of all, what the hell are you doing? Get that Panzerwolf to apply those statuses, or viral statuses, and if you don't want to get her, or you already do, but you don't want to use her for Steel Path, for example, change out Gladiator Vice and Rush, change those two out, for example, Violent Scourge and the Vicious Frost. Those two are going to be much better, or even Prime Fever Strike and Vicious Frost, however you want to do it, just make viral and slash, great. Cool. Now, of course, mods can be always changed out. Warframe is a game where you can make your own build and play however you want. I'm just here to show you my build, what I think of it, and show you the gameplay in the background and what it does. And as you can see, it is red crits galore. I'm literally getting nothing but red crits. Now, keep this in mind, I am using the Cedo to apply statuses, even though Prime Pressure Point does not benefit from it. It's just that my weapon does, and basically that is it. I will use my Nidus' abilities to do damage here and there just to keep my stacks up, but other than that, basically everything is done with this melee weapon. I have to say, this is one of the most interesting. I never made the sort of build like this with the Gladiator mod set. I did a long time ago, but this is a very interesting build. I love how this build played out. It does really good damage. It is a very decent build, I have to say, and honestly, I mean, you can see it by the numbers. I'm doing a lot of damage to these enemies, and I'm not proccing anything below red crits, so that is very good. Just forgot to mention, the main IPS for this weapon is going to be Slash, so that is of course great. That's why we have our Panzerwolf to apply viral, so we can do more damage, and of course, keep this in mind. Cedo will apply viral as well on enemies occasionally, so we'll bring the stacks up. So yeah, and you probably, I'm not sure if you saw it or you're gonna see it, but basically I'm going to destroy that acolyte pretty goddamn fast with my of course Dual Keres Prime. This is an amazing weapon and this is an amazing build. Now I'm gonna move on to the second build. For our second build, we basically have, honestly, on the screen right now, basically the same build but with condition overload, just so you can see those tiny little differences. Maybe notice them, notice those tiny little differences inside of, I guess, the gameplay and everything. Now it is on the screen if you want to look at it again. It's just that I changed prime pressure point for condition overload. I did notice a little bit of a damage spike, and especially when I killed the acolyte, I noticed that the acolyte dies a little bit faster than it did with prime pressure point. Of course, condition overload, the more statuses you have equipped on an enemy, or I guess procced on an enemy, the more damage you do, and in general you are able to do more base damage with condition overload compared to prime pressure point, so that does make complete sense. But honestly, I think that this weapon, either one of the two, is going to be very amazing. Why I showed off the prime pressure point build and also this one is just because for the players who don't want to go for a condition overload build, don't want to have a primer like Kuva, Nukor, Epitah, or even the Cedo, just because of those players, just to see that this weapon is actually very, very good even without condition overload and also primer. Basically, if you want to play pressure point, you go Panzerwehrpfeiler, and you go also this build, and with prime pressure point, basically you are set. You're going to do very good damage. You can kill anything basically in front of you. It is not going to matter. If you're a player who wants to get that added benefit of course, condition overload and extra damage, and also, kill enemies really, really fast, same with pressure point, of course, you can, for example, leave out the Panzerwehrpfeiler, equip your Smida Kavat, and go farm and basically play with the Cedo. It's just, a little bit of an inconvenience switching to the primary, using your Cedo, switching back. It's all that, but you understand. If you want those big boy damage numbers, condition overload, Cedo, Panzerwehrpfeiler, basically, even if you want to go min-max that viral, there you go. That's what you do. So this has been it. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, leave a big like on the video, and I'll subscribe as well. It would be greatly appreciated. And I will see you guys on the next one. This has been the Gaming Weasel, over and out.